Hey YouTube, Logan with Hideaway Homestead coming to you today to talk about pollarding again, but this time I'm going to talk a little bit more about pollarding trees in your area that you haven't planted necessarily. So you may have some of these on your property, you may find some of these on the side of the road, you may find some that are kind of in like public-ish areas. Now, I'm not saying to go to your park and to start cutting trees down or pollarding trees that you're going to get arrested for. What I'm talking about is something like this willow right here. Now you can see this willow is a pretty big tree. I mean, it's about the thickness almost of my wrist, and a tree this size, if it's a willow, really you could go a good bit bigger, can be pollarded. And as you can see, I cut it off right here, and you got several shoots coming out of the top, and you got shoots coming all out the sides. And this is just in the pond area. I mean, it's pretty much a bog. I've got a little island here where I've got my foot where the tree's growing, and then this right here. Now it's not accessible when there's a ton of rain because it's got water all the way around it. So I could put a little bridge out here or something to get access to this tree. But I mean, considering that we have plenty of dry spells, it doesn't seem like it's worth it, especially considering there's just one tree. But I have seen many places where people just have alongside their ditches or in a little marsh area where they've got just tons of these black willow. These are native willows to the southeast U.S. And you can go and you can cut all those trees, and they're automatic, ready to go feed for your livestock. When you plant one of these, even if you plant like the hybrid willow, and you can see in my other videos just how fast they grow and how well they produce, you can start with a little twig, and then within 2-3 years you've got a really jam up pollarded food source for your animals. It'll produce quite a bit, and you can turn one tree into several hundred in just a season or two. That's wonderful. But considering that you can go and take trees like this when you know how to identify them and pollard them in your area, and that very next season have an abundance, because this right here is a lot of biomass to feed to my animals. And what I can do is I can come in here and I can take all of these except for maybe one of the stems, maybe leave the straightest one if I want to take cuttings for the winter, or just to give it a jump start for the next year. So something to think about is doing this with trees in your local area, going and pollarding. A lot of them that I see around here are your willow and some mulberry, and a lot of your they're called the royal, if I can say it, royal empress tree. They produce these purple flowers that almost look like wisteria. So when you see them on the side of the road, you may think that they are wisteria, but they're actually a tree. And they produce a really large leaf that is good fodder for your animals. The scientific name is Paulownia. Let's see here, around here is Paulownia tomentosa. Paulownia tomentosa is the one that's considered invasive. I see a ton of those. Those would be excellent ones to go and pollard or coppice. Just considering what you want to get out of them. There's the Paulownia elongata that I had ordered that I still haven't planted, that may not get planted, and it's a straighter, taller tree that is grown a little bit more for timber, and you can coppice it. These right here, just do so easy, and these are the ones I see the most abundant now. But look in your area, make sure that the stuff you're going to feed to your animals is safe. Be sure on your identification too. Once you get to where you can identify certain species of trees, you'll start seeing them everywhere. You'll be driving down the road. My wife sees me do it all the time. I'll be driving down the road and I'll be looking, and I'll go, oh, there's a willow, or I'll go, oh, there's a paulownia, there's a cottonwood, there's a black locust. I'll see all these trees, and you'll be able to spot them really easy. And especially if you've got somewhere close, a ditch or something, man, go pollard these trees, and you can have a buffer right now for what you're gonna feed your animals until you get your trees established where you can get the system going. Because that's the thing about these is, doing it sporadically, unless you really start a system up, it does not make sense economically because you spend so much time on it. If you put in a system where you can go out there every day and you know that you've got a whole tree's worth and you don't have to go around scavenging, you really make your money back on not buying feed, and it's a much healthier feed for your animals. So, but for the meantime, especially if you want to save on some feed, go around and pollard these trees that are out and about. But focus on getting that system too. But anyway, long story short, won't ramble too much on this. Go out, identify these trees, find out places where you've got them in abundance. Go during the dormant season. Make sure that it's in the winter time. Is going to be when you're going to get your best results. Come in, no leaves on the tree. Cut them at about chest height. I like chest height just because that's the easiest place to get with your pruners and not have to bend over or be reaching up. And that very next season, you'll have awesome growth like this. So I'm gonna get off of here and get some of this for my rabbits. If you like this video, leave a like if it was helpful. If you got any questions or anything to add, leave it down in the comments. Sorry about the light focus that I'm having here. It seems like my face gets dark and then brighter. Need to work on my camera angles. But yeah, subscribe to the channel for more like this. I drop a video every day. And thanks for watching. We'll see y'all in the next one.